Alright guys, welcome back. So I took the deck to locos, and I managed to get top 8 again, and that's really cool. It just shows that the deck is viable. Like it's able to compete, whether it's up against one of the best decks, one of the tier, tier 2 decks, or being consistent enough to be a rogue deck, right? Because that's, at the end of the day, that's what you're battling. You're battling their consistency versus your consistency, and whether you can be resilient enough to play past the current hand traps at the moment, right? Like Nibiru's, it's up in the air still, but like that's one of the deck's main weaknesses. And Impervailer, that of course is quite of an issue depending on your hand. Like it can be quite hindering if your hand is fairly weak. But like if you open up like with Doppel and any variation of this Doppel and the Dawnwalker, you should be okay because you can kind of sequence out your turn to set up like a Herald or like a Crystal Wing, or like be able to appear unfazed after they just beard you or something. Which is why you want to max these out, because you want to hit these off of ruler, and then the Excel level manipulation comes up a lot. So there's a lot of times where I would draw one, and then I would have to pitch it for converter, and then I would summon the last one from the deck, and then I'm like, oh my god, this is crucial to the sequence, because then I can't make Excel a level 2 anymore. So then typically how it goes is you make Excel a level 2 with the Doppel, you make a Meta Marcher, and then Meta Marcher brings back the Excel you just made, and that's how you make a Dragster. So it can be kind of a big problematic at times, but like it's manageable, but you just rather avoid that situation because it's quite crucial. And then of course you have your Dawnwalkers. These are quite staple at the moment. It just initiates your turn, like discarding anything level 2, any of this as well. This is cool because you can discard this, and if you have like an overtake target, if you have overtaken Doppel, that means you can trigger Doppel from hand and without having to normal summon it, which is insane. So all these are good to discard, but you mainly want to just initiate your play with this. Go Chaos Ruler, excavate these guys, hit Doppels, hit Caligos, because I'm playing Caligo once again. Hit these guys, get this to the graveyard, and it makes it a bit obscure for your opponent to read what you're trying to do. Makes it harder to anticipate. So that's why this is important. Last weekend, I was not playing this little guy, but I went back to it because I cut the psi-reflector engines, because you notice I'm not playing the psi-reflector. I just wanted to test it out without the garnets, because like so many times I would have the beast, I would have the somewhat activate, and I didn't like that feeling. Although opening up or like top decking a teleport was insane, because like that, like teleport, it's a free level, it's a free chaos ruler, just one card chaos ruler. It's insane. But since I cut that aspect of the deck, I had to increase the level 2s, and I have to implement tuning again, because since you're playing this, you want access to the Synchron so you can fulfill their purpose, right? And it worked out perfectly. It was fine. Doppel Warrior, MVP of the deck for sure. Get you the tokens that you need. Then of course you have your converter, another crucial part of the deck. It just allows you to go like this and start a Synchron pitch, search this, have to summon your junk. They Impervailer you, it's fine. Trigger this, still trigger this. It's perfect. It's perfect. And increases the chance of you milling something off of a ruler as well, which is something quite important for consistency reasons. Effect Veiler, your main hand trap. You don't play Ash. Ash is cool, but like it has little to no synergy, and you want this deck to be as consistent as possible. And this fulfills every possible criteria that you would want in a hand trap. It's a light, it's a level 2 or lower, it's a tuner, like it's perfect. Of course, this is what I mean, you minimizing on your bricks. So you have your trail, your ant, and your cyber synchron. Instead of having the beast and the assault mode activate, that's less like realistically, these are the ones you don't want to draw, right? But you can manage because of with these guys, because you can use them off converter. So it's like it's manageable, but like yeah, these are the only ones that it's not so bad to draw. It's not completely horrible. Trail is amazing. And then once again, I'm playing the tunes back because since I re-implemented the Caligos, you want to be able to have your access to your junk synchron to be able to just trigger, get your stuff going. And then of course, one of the best cards of the deck is insane. This card, amazing. Like it's an extender. It's a follow up. It's it's so good, man. It's just perfect. It's just, like, well, I think one thing that we're missing, if I were to create a Synchron card, I was talking to Max about this, and I was like, if I could create a sync, I think I would create a new, a modern quick draw. So it would basically be what Walker does for the deck, except it summons a Synchron from your deck or graveyard. Like that's insane. Like discard special, summon a Synchron from your deck or graveyard is insane. Even hand will be amazing too. Yeah, imagine summoning carrier. You discard level 2, summon that thing, summon carrier, have your additional summon off of that summon, and then you still haven't used your actual normal summon, which is insane. Like that would be cool. That would be a cool Synchron. A new quick draw. That'd be cool. Of course, when you play talents, this card's amazing. It just helps the deck push past other hand traps. Like they ash you, they veiler you. And okay, that's fine. Let's look at your hand, and then rip the last card they have, whether it be a hand trap or a key card that they need to capitalize on your overwhelming board. And then of course you have your Rhoda, Illumination, Reborn, Droplet, still the one Droplet, and then Call to Grave. I keep drawing this card, man. It's insane. Then of course you have your Impermanent. See, you're not playing the Somewhat Activate, which is it makes it way more consistent. Like it's way more consistent. You have little to no bricks. Like the ceiling is just enough. It's just high enough. And then we go to the side deck. This versus Drytron. It's a combo deck. You have to prepare for it. It has some overlap in other matchups, but mainly for Drytron. Mainly for Drytron. And then of course you have your Dark Rulers. You have your Reboot. I was testing one Gravity Collapse because it's just insane. Like against any combo deck, you just put this in, and then like what do they do? Like they can't summon for the rest of the turn. They can't do anything. It's just crazy. And then Order, Triple Judgment, and then of course you have your Triple Evenly Matched, just for like generic blanket effects against back row or like build the boards, which is insane. Doppel tokens, these are so crucial. They have to keep track. If you want some, link is in the description. Use promo code to get 10% off. Okay, so the extra deck has not changed. The extra deck is solid. Satellite Warrior, Hot Red Dragon Archfiend, Abyss, Chaos Ruler, Crystal Wing, Cyframe Loader Mega, FA Dawn Dragster, discard Stardust Charge Warrior, Hyper Librarian, Junk Warrior, Junk Speeder, then of course Excel, and then your little guys, Crystron Quandax, Heraldry Arclight, Metal Marcher, and of course Slash the Dover Shaman. So since the Cupid is gonna be it's gonna be out soon, it might replace Quandax. Still yet to test it. I need to test it to see how versatile and how impactful it is. Because right now, as the deck is, everything flows perfectly. Everything flows. There's not one thing I'm like, oh, I wish I had this card. Oh, I wish. Everything just fits perfectly. Everything just fits. It just flows. Everything flows. But that's basically it. The deck list. So I think it varies whether you want to play the teleport engine or not. Yeah, I don't know. Like it's good, but like I wanted to minimize the bricks, and that's basically what the deck does. It's 41 cards. But maybe yeah, I guess you can implement it again. You can, but I don't know. We'll see. And George Van, good job. You went to a tournament in Florida, dude. That's insane. You win X1, and then you got second place, or you split second place. But still, that's still good, man. That's good job, dude. That was all you, man. This is what we do. We play this synchro summoning, man. That's what you want to see. If we just get the numbers out there, because like there's not many of us that are because I understand that some of you guys don't have locals yet. You're bound to like Dueling Book, but if you get a chance, man, because like it's a complex deck, right? Like it's maybe a bit daunting trying to pick up the deck, because once you get to a particular point, you're like, oh, what do I do? And that's where you have to really practice it, and the learning curve can be quite overwhelming, because you're like, oh, what do I do? Because like there's a difference between being confident within your room or within your desk, and then when you actually go to a tournament, you have the nervousness, the butterflies of like, oh, you're going to compete, And once you draw your first hand, that's it, man. You're in. So it's like, I don't know. It's a lot of factors that contribute to being able to have success with this particular deck, because it's not one of those decks where you can just pick it up and you'll win. You have to try, man. You have to like think about your sequences. You have to be able to anticipate like how keep track of what and so on, and that can be quite overwhelming, but it's so fulfilling when you just jump and you do well like George did. It's insane. But that's basically it. Hopefully enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe if you haven't, and thanks for watching.